I destroyed my brother's life over $50,000. But when I found out where the money actually went, I realized I'd become the villain in someone else's tragedy. Let me tell you about the day I checked my dead father's Venmo account and watched my entire family implode in real time. My name is Maya, I'm 32, and 6 months ago, I thought I knew exactly who my younger brother was. Spoiler alert, I didn't know anything. And by the time I figured out the truth, I'd already set fire to everything he'd built. My father died suddenly in March. Heart attack at 61. Gone before the ambulance arrived. He was a planner though, obsessive about it. Every account had a beneficiary. Every password was written in his little leather notebook. My mother had passed when I was 19, so it was just me and my brother Ethan handling everything. We'd always been close, the kind of siblings who talked every day, who knew each other's deepest fears. Dad left everything split 50-50. The house, the retirement accounts, the savings. $200,000 each. Fair and equal, exactly like him. Ethan was 28, working in tech sales. I was married to James, had a 6-year-old daughter named Sophie, worked as a graphic designer from home. The lawyer said it would take 3 to 4 months to finalize everything. In the meantime, I had access to Dad's accounts to pay final bills. That's how I found myself scrolling through his Venmo one afternoon in late April. I was canceling his account when I saw it. Transaction after transaction. All to Ethan.
$52,000.
Sent in chunks over 18 months. $5,000 here, $3,000 there, sometimes $10,000 at once. All with bland descriptions. For the thing we discussed, or monthly help, or just a heart emoji. The last transfer had been 2 weeks before Dad died. My hands started shaking. I took screenshots of everything. Then I opened my laptop and started digging deeper. What I found in the next 72 hours would make me question everything I thought I knew about family, loyalty, and the difference between justice and revenge. I didn't confront Ethan immediately. Instead, I became a detective. I accessed Dad's bank statements going back 2 years. Everything was in that leather notebook. The Venmo transfers matched up with bank transfers, Zelle transfers, PayPal, even old-fashioned checks. I added it all up 3 times because I couldn't believe the number. $73,000. In less than 2 years, my father had given my brother $73,000. And I'd known nothing about it. The betrayal felt physical. My chest actually hurt. I thought about my daughter's college fund, barely at $20,000. I thought about James and me putting off our bathroom renovation. I thought about every time I'd carefully budgeted while my brother had a secret pipeline to Dad's wallet. That night, I texted Ethan. Hey, can we grab coffee tomorrow? Need to talk about some of Dad's final account stuff. He responded immediately. Sure. Morning work? So casual. So normal. Like, he wasn't sitting on a $73,000 secret. We met at the coffee shop at 9. Ethan looked good, relaxed, wearing an expensive jacket I didn't recognize. I let him talk for a few minutes about work, about a vacation he was planning, about his new girlfriend Rachel. Then I pulled out my phone and opened the screenshots. His face went white. He set down his coffee cup, his hand shaking. Maya, he said quietly. Let me explain. $73,000, I said. What the hell, Ethan? He leaned forward, voice low and urgent. I was going to tell you. After everything settled. I was in trouble, okay? Real trouble. I had gambling debts and Dad bailed me out. I'm in therapy now. I've been clean for 4 months. I felt something crack inside me. Gambling. My brother had a gambling problem, and neither of them had told me. You're lying, I said. Show me proof. The therapy appointments, the gambling recovery program, something. His eyes flickered. Just for a second. Calculation. I don't have to prove anything to you, he said, defensive. This was between me and Dad. He wanted to help me. And now you're inheriting $200,000 on top of the $73,000 you already took. That's not fair. Life isn't fair, Maya. His voice turned cold. The estate is split 50-50. Legally. That's final. I stood up. We'll see about that. I had no idea I was about to become something worse than a thief. I was about to become an executioner. I spent the next week consulting lawyers. They all said the same thing. Unless I could prove Dad was mentally incompetent or that Ethan had coerced him, there was no recourse. But if I challenged the estate distribution, if I could demonstrate those transfers were actually loans or advances on inheritance, a probate judge might adjust the split. I hired a lawyer and filed a petition to contest the estate. The legal paperwork claimed the $73,000 should be deducted from Ethan's share. I knew it would freeze everything. Neither of us would see a penny until it was resolved. Ethan called me 16 times the day he was served. I didn't answer. He showed up at my house. I didn't open the door. He sent long texts swinging between apologetic and threatening. I saved all of them. Then I did something I'm still not sure was ethical. I used Dad's social media logins and started looking through his private messages, searching for evidence. What I found was worse than I imagined. Hidden in Dad's Facebook Messenger were hundreds of archived messages with Ethan. They told a completely different story. Ethan hadn't had gambling debts. He'd had a business idea, a tech startup he was developing with a partner named Marcus. They were building a cryptocurrency app. The messages were full of Ethan's excitement, his projections, his promises to pay Dad back 10 times over when the company took off. Dad had been skeptical, but Ethan had worn him down. Dad finally agreed to be an early investor, but made Ethan promise not to tell me because he didn't want me to worry or feel like he was playing favorites. The last message was from a week before Dad died. Ethan wrote, "We're about to close our Series A round. Your initial investment is about to be worth serious money, Dad. Thank you for believing in me." Dad responded, "Proud of you, son. Don't tell your sister yet. Let's surprise her when it's official." I felt sick. Not because Ethan had lied about gambling, but because this revealed something darker. Why lie about it now? Why not just show me the company? I searched for the company name. Trust Chain Technologies. The website was dead. The social media accounts abandoned. Just an empty shell. I found Marcus on LinkedIn and messaged him. "Hi, I'm Ethan's sister. Can we talk about Trust Chain?" He responded within an hour. "Haven't talked to Ethan in 6 months. He took the remaining investor money and ghosted me. If you find him, tell him I want my $50,000 back." My brother hadn't just lied to me. He'd lied to Dad. And $73,000 had simply vanished into thin air. I screenshotted everything and sent it to my lawyer. She called that evening, excited. "This changes everything. If we can prove fraud, we might pursue criminal charges. At minimum, enormous leverage in probate." What does that mean? Your brother might agree to a settlement giving you the majority of the estate to avoid prosecution. You might actually win. I should have felt vindicated. Instead, I felt hollow. I called Ethan. "Where's the money? Trust Chain is dead. Marcus wants his $50,000 back. Where is it?" Silence. Then, "It's complicated." Uncomplicated. The business failed, okay? We had expenses. Development costs, legal fees. That's the risk Dad took when he invested. Did he know it was failing? Silence. "Ethan, did Dad die thinking you were about to succeed? Or did he know you'd burned through everything?" More silence. "You let him die thinking you were about to make him rich," I said. "And now you want 200,000 more. Maya, please." I hung up. My lawyer filed an amended petition with all the evidence. The probate judge agreed to a hearing. The judge focused on one detail. Ethan had taken $10,000 days before Dad died, claiming it was for legal fees to close the series a funding round. The funding round that didn't exist. That, the judge said, looking at Ethan with disgust, is fraud. The ruling came 2 weeks later. The $73,000 would be deducted from Ethan's share. I received $230,000. Ethan received $150,000. I'd won. But I didn't know yet that winning meant losing everything that mattered. Ethan didn't speak to me after the ruling. I didn't care. I paid off our mortgage, funded Sophie's college account, took my family on a real vacation. I kept telling myself I'd done the right thing. James was quieter than usual. "Are you happy?" he asked one night.
I'm satisfied.
That's not the same thing. 3 months later, I got an envelope in the mail. Ethan's handwriting. Inside was a flash drive and a note. Maya, you deserve to win. I did lie. I did waste Dad's money. But you deserve to know the whole truth before you destroyed me. Watch this. I almost threw it away. Instead, I waited until James took Sophie to soccer practice, then plugged it in. It was a video dated 2 years ago, recorded on Dad's computer. 3 months before the first transfer to Ethan. Dad's face filled the screen. He looked healthy, younger than I remembered. If you're watching this, Maya, it means I'm gone and you found out about the money. I need you to understand why. My throat closed. 6 months ago, Ethan told me something he'd never told anyone.
He's sick.
He has Lynch syndrome. Do you remember when your mother died? Colon cancer. Very aggressive, very young. The doctors said it might be hereditary.
No. No.
Ethan got tested. He's positive for the same mutation your mother had. He's already had precancerous polyps removed. He needs screenings every 6 months, sometimes every 3 months. Specialized care, genetic counseling, preventive treatments. His insurance covers some of it, but not everything. The medical bills have been crushing him. Dad's eyes were wet. He made me promise not to tell you. He didn't want you to worry. He didn't want Sophie to know her uncle was sick. So I've been sending him money for medical expenses, for treatments that might save his life. I was sobbing, hands covering my mouth. The business was real too. But when Ethan got sick, he couldn't keep up. He used some of the medical money trying to keep the company alive because he thought if it succeeded, he could pay for everything himself. It didn't work. Dad leaned closer to the camera. I'm splitting the estate equally because you both deserve it. The money I gave Ethan was for survival. Maya, if you're angry, I understand. But please, don't let this come between you. He's the only family you have left. Money isn't worth losing that. Take care of each other. The video ended. I sat there staring at the black screen. Then I searched for Lynch syndrome. Everything Dad said was true. Hereditary cancer. Intensive screening required. High out-of-pocket costs. I scrolled through texts with Ethan, looking for clues. There they were. Can't make dinner, have a doctor's appointment. Feeling tired lately. Had to take a personal day, minor procedure. I never asked for details. I called him. Voicemail. I called again.
Same.
I texted. I watched Dad's video. Ethan, I'm so sorry. Please call me. Nothing. I called every day for a week. I went to his apartment, empty. His job said he'd resigned. I found Rachel on social media. He doesn't want to talk to you. Please respect that. I'd won the money. I'd won the case. I'd won justice. And I'd lost my brother. The $50,000 I'd fought for? It covered his medical bills for 7 months. Then it ran out. And by then, he had no family left to ask for help. It's been 4 months since I watched that video. The money sits in my bank account, and every time I look at the balance, I feel sick. James held me while I cried for 3 days. Then he said, "You were right to be angry. Ethan should have told you. But you could have asked before you destroyed him." He was right. I could have asked. Instead, I became an investigator, a prosecutor, a judge. I found Marcus again and asked what Ethan had actually done with the business money. The truth, Ethan had sent Marcus his $50,000 back, using the last money from Dad plus his own savings. That's why he couldn't return Dad's investment. He'd tried to make things right. I hired a private investigator to find Ethan. He's living 3 states away, working retail, staying with a friend. His medical insurance lapsed. He's behind on his screenings. Rachel left him. I sent him a check for $150,000, every penny I'd won. I included a letter. "This was always yours.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me. Please come home." The check hasn't been cashed. It's been 8 weeks. Sophie asked me last week why Uncle Ethan doesn't visit anymore. I told her he moved away for work. She said, "Did you guys have a fight? You should say sorry. That's what you always tell me to do."
She's right.
But sorry doesn't work when you've dismantled someone's life and justified it with self-righteousness. I check my phone every day. I drive past his old apartment sometimes, remembering the sister who would have helped instead of destroyed. The worst part isn't the guilt. The worst part is knowing I became exactly what I thought Ethan was. I lied to myself about my motives. I stole his dignity, his reputation, his future. I betrayed the trust between siblings. Dad's video ended with, "Take care of each other." I didn't. I wanted justice more than family. I wanted to be right more than to understand. Now I have $230,000 and a daughter who asks about her uncle, and a husband who looks at me sometimes like he's not sure who I am, and a phone that never rings with the one call I'm desperate to receive. People ask if I'd do it differently. The answer is yes. 1,000 times yes. I would have asked. I would have listened. I would have helped. But I can't go back. All I can do is wait and hope and keep that uncashed check as a reminder that sometimes the worst betrayals are the ones we convince ourselves are justified. My name is Maya. I destroyed my brother's life over $50,000. And when I found out where the money actually went, I realized I'd become the villain in someone else's tragedy. The only question now is whether he'll ever give me the chance to become his sister again. Some stories end, but others begin right here. Keep growing with the telling tree. Like, subscribe, and stay with us.